Hello, everyone, and welcome to Auteezy Takes Colombia, episode 5. Episode 5. Okay, so this video is some do's and don'ts that I've discovered or thought about while living here in Colombia as a gringo. Okay, so for those that don't know, anyone that comes to Colombia and you're not from Colombia, you are considered a gringo. So, these are just 10 do's and don'ts that I've thought of, and for everyone that's watching this video and you're brand new, you've never seen any video before, hopefully you'll like what you see, and if you do, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. Okay, so number 1, speak in Spanish. I promise you it will be okay. A lot of times people are like, oh, I can understand it, but I can't speak it. You will not learn the language unless you speak it. Trust me, I know. As someone who came here not knowing any Spanish, I literally, the only way that I can get by and like I know the little bit of Spanish that I do is from me forcing myself to speak it and talking to people. And it's okay. Like, don't be embarrassed. Everyone's super patient. They listen to you. They love that you try. Now, this brings me to my first don't. Don't tell people you're from the United States unless you're prepared to be amazed, and they'll probably assume that you have money. And when I say prepared to be amazed, you'll be amazed at their reaction. Every time I tell someone I'm from the United States, it's like, oh my gosh, you are? And even like some little kids act like I'm like a celebrity. They're like, oh my gosh, she's from the United States. Like it's so cute. But yeah, so speak in Spanish, but be prepared for them to ask you where you're from, because they're going to hear your accent. And as soon as you say the United States, they're going to be like, oh my gosh. So yes. All right, the next one. Travel. Do travel. Travel to as many cities as you can. Colombia is beautiful, and I've only had the pleasure of seeing 2 cities. Thankfully, I'll be seeing the 3rd one in a couple of weeks, and I want to see as much as I can. I need to kind of budget my money to see if I can visit as many cities as I really want to, but it's beautiful. Everywhere that I've been, I've seen beautiful places, and I've loved it. I love meeting people, and so travel. Do travel. Do not eat arepas. Unless you're prepared to gain like 20 pounds. Like, I swear, they're so good. Arepas are so good. They're like this baked bread with cheese in it, and they're just so good. Cheese, butter, it's like all the bad things, but they taste so good. I try to limit myself to like maybe a few a month, but like my best friend told me, she's like, you're leaving soon, so you need to rack up. So I may be eating a few more in the next couple of weeks. Okay, the next one. Do hug and kiss others. Like, I know it's gonna be weird. As Americans, we don't necessarily greet each other in that way. I mean, if you haven't seen someone in a long time, you might like hug them or kiss them, or like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. But here, every time you see someone, they kiss each other on the cheek. It's really cute. I mean, it's like, for me, it was a little bit weird because I was just like, I don't like people in my personal space, but do it. I mean, when in Rome, when in Colombia, do as the Colombian. So it's really just their way of showing affection. It's not like, oh, they're trying to flirt with you or anything. It's just a way to show love, and it's a really beautiful thing. All right. Don't watch your friends' Snapchats, Instagram. Don't involve yourself so much in what's going on back home that you miss what's going on here. I took like a month hiatus from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that, because I felt like I was logging in multiple times a day. And even though it's nice to see what your friends are doing, at the same time, like, the more time you're spending on the internet watching them, the less time you're living like in the moment, in the present, and enjoying it. Especially if it's homecoming. Fam just had their homecoming, and I was watching people's snaps like, oh, so fun. So don't just take the opportunity to live here, like really live, try new things, all of that. Do humble yourself. Be grateful of the luxuries that you have. It's been times where like we didn't have running water. Every time it rains here in my house, the power goes out. I mean, it's not like the best, the most ideal conditions. However, it's okay. My life is not over. Like, when the power goes out, it just goes out, and I'm like, well, I'm chilling. Like, it's not, we don't have air conditioning, so it's not like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. The windows are open, get the free breeze. Like, I love when it rains at night, and if the power goes out, it's just dark and I go to bed early. Like, no harm done. And like, even with the running water thing, it just teaches you to really appreciate that. In the United States, if your water is out, boom, you can call it and it's right back. Here, things are a little bit different, but like, Colombians are so happy. Like, they literally don't have all of the luxuries that we have. It depends on what you define as luxury, but they're so happy. They're so humble. They appreciate the little things. And since I've been here, I have appreciated the little things because of that. Don't dar papaya. And this really just means don't make it hot. Don't walk around, on your iPhone 7 speaking loud English like, hey girl, yeah, I'm in Colombia. Like, you make yourself a target, and you should definitely take precaution wherever you go. I know personally people that were mugged, people that have been robbed while living in DC, while living in Florida, the two places that I've lived in. And so it's just like, you can't really say, oh, don't go to Colombia because it's not safe. Just be smart, like be aware of your surroundings. You have to be prepared for anything. So don't dark papaya. Don't be alarmed if someone asks for your WhatsApp here. Colombians are so like friendly. I know I keep saying that, but like they love to be friends with people. They love to make new friends. So if you meet someone and then like 2 seconds later they're like, oh, do you have WhatsApp? What's your WhatsApp? Don't be like, oh, I don't know you like that. Give it to them. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, I promise you, they really just want to be your friend. Like, I wish that we were more friendly in the United States and more welcoming of people, because like I'm someone different, but so many people, like, they, as soon as you meet them, they're like, oh, do you have a WhatsApp? Like, hey, even some of my Uber drivers, my taxi drivers, like, hey, what's your WhatsApp? And like, of course some of them may be flirting, but like for the most part they just want to be your friend. And like, I wish that we were a lot more open and loving with each other like that in the United States. Okay, the last one. Do not come to Colombia as a vegetarian. Okay, so I've been a vegetarian for 2 years now, and coming here to Colombia is specifically my city, Villavicencio. Villavicencio is smaller, and Colombia in general, they are known for like having good meat and stuff like that. My city, Villavicencio, because it's small, I don't have a lot of options as a vegetarian. So it's been really tough, even like with me making sure my protein was right. Like, things have just been tough here. So as far as my diet, but like I've just had to make some adjustments, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but just if you're a vegetarian, be prepared. If you're in Villavicencio, it's going to be tough. Now, Bogota, of course, has a lot more options and stuff like that, but yeah, it's still, they're known for their meat, and I've heard that their meat is like A1. It's like the best. So try it if you eat meat. If not, good luck. Okay, so those have been 10 do's and don'ts about coming to Colombia as a gringo. I hope you like this video, and if you do, like I said, like, subscribe. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, you can check out my Snapchat. I'll put my handles on the bottom of this video. Thank you again for watching, and don't forget who taught you.